So the other day I was watching this porno, and they were happened to be by the washing machine and the dryer in the house, and
Oh, I know the
I
one.
just happened to notice, and I was like, "Oh, hey, I have that washer and dryer."
You're like, Pornhub has really good, set pieces. Look at that
It's a very
whirlpool.
nice washer and dryer. Oh no, it's an LG, baby.
Oh,
Life's good.
I guess so.
It's a very fitting name for a... I wonder if LG makes mattresses. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to Hard Reset, a Cold North production. I'm your host, Patrick the Law Morris, and joining me this week, we have gorgeous Ben Reynolds.
Yeah.
The effervescent Andrew Etchen.
yeah, what's up?
Oh, you don't do your creepy hello anymore?
Oh, hello.
And the tenacious Tim Miller.
Oh, hi.
Coming up on Hard Reset number 101, we'll be discussing the new Apex Legends singles mode. We finally have a new trailer and a release date for Session, the first skateboarding game in quite some time, and a new patent for a possible upcoming Xbox controller, and another game lost to the ether. But before we get to all that, I want to know what you guys have been playing this week. So Ben, why don't you tell me what you've been playing this week?
Interestingly enough, I have been playing Apex.
Oh, Season 2, baby.
Yeah, Season 2. It's pretty sweet. I'm more or less just a caustic main now. And with all the gun updates that they made in Season 2, like all the different attachments and stuff, it's definitely a lot different feeling of a game than it used to be. But it seems like it's a little bit of a steeper learning curve because it's just harder. Maybe that's partially because people are just better. But I'm excited for the single players. I won't talk about that too much here though, because we're going to talk about it later.
Yeah, don't blow your load on that yet. But yeah, that's Apex it's getting to the point where it's reaching that equilibrium of like people are just so fucking good at it now that it's almost a barrier. It not only almost, it is a barrier to entry at this point.
Well, but there is fortunately ranked, so hopefully the people who are really good just play ranked more, and then because that I have noticed that when I play ranked, I get smoked way worse than I do like in just normal single player or normal groups.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of wanting to get back into that game, so we'll see. Andrew, tell me what you've been playing.
Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I did buy a PSVR.
Yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Which is very cool. I definitely am very impressed by it. I played a PSVR at a friend's house a long time ago, and at the time, maybe it was just the game that he had for it. Like, it seemed kind of meh. But then I decided to buy one because No Man's Sky VR comes out tomorrow. And so I wanted to do it for that. But been messing around on that a little bit here and there, and did play that game Blood and Truth. That's actually very fun as a VR game, like sort of an on-rails, like you feel like you're part of an action movie.
Yeah.
But like a Mission Impossible action movie. It's very fun.
I mean,
VR is kind of mind-blowing. Like, continues to blow my mind.
Dude, you need to play Resident Evil. I know you're afraid, but
no, I'm playing Resident Evil. I played a VR experience where a shark attacks you in a diving cage, and that was like enough to make me all nervous.
Oh man, I'd be lying if I said that I didn't.
Well, that's like, I don't really want to have weird onset early trauma in my life over like a video game.
I'd be lying if I said that I didn't fall out of my chair multiple times playing Resident Evil 7 in VR.
Like in Resident Evil, I'm at the part where you've already basically like defeated the dad, and then you're going and facing like Marjorie or whatever, the mom. And I don't want to do that. I just don't.
But just finish the game in VR, because you're already past the scariest parts.
I doubt that.
Pat, just keep lying to him with me.
Yeah, you're past the scariest parts.
No.
The dad definitely doesn't come back.
Multiple times, and in
Yeah.
the very end, I know he's the final boss.
No, he's not.
He is.
I couldn't get past the first time you fought your girlfriend.
Ooh, so scary. So
She
scary.
comes at you and axes you in the arm.
And then
It was just one
cuts
of
your
those things
fucking
where
arm
I
off.
was playing it for like a while and she just kept killing me. And I was just like, this is just terrifying the shit out of me and I'm not having fun. Like, I'm going to put this away for a while. And then I just never picked it back up.
Oh, it was such a good game. So the
I'm
first
excited for
time,
No Man's Sky. I'm just gonna say it. No Man's
Fuck
Sky
that
VR
shit.
is gonna be so fucking sweet.
Fuck
And
that shit.
beyond like all these crazy updates that they're adding to it too, like I'm so excited to fly a spaceship around. I spent the last like couple of days just going to different like solar systems just to try and find a new ship that I want to fly around. And
So you can grind away the fucking rest of your fucking life trying to build something that then you'll talk about with your friends using and then never actually use and
it's space
and
Minecraft,
stop
you
playing
know.
the game.
If y'all get back into it and you have
I'm-
VRs, it's
I'm not
free
doing it
update,
again.
you know, download it and try it. Like
Not doing it again.
I
it's
got
a
the best
free
ship.
update, try it out. Like if you have a VR, why not?
I have dove into the. I don't have a VR, and I've dove down that rabbit hole
Twice now.
2 times for way too much time. Both times, and
Well, I'm gonna
Not
do it
doing
again
it
for a
again.
third time. Every time they release one of their big updates, I usually play it for like a week and then I get bored of it. But you know,
I'm
we'll see how it feels.
honestly, I'm shocked that they didn't do the VR update last year. Maybe it was like they were trying to. Maybe they felt like that would have been too much all at once. But
Well, this one I know is all supposed to be like VR and multiplayer, so they add like a Nexus type thing, so 32 people can exist in one solar system at a time and fly around and like just do shit. So they've added like more of kind of a thing to try and
Interactive.
play with other people, but apparently they've changed like a lot of other like hundreds of little tiny things like for a shitload of other stuff. So we'll see how it is. Mess around with it.
Did they add PvP combat?
No, but people have made PvP combat areas. Somebody made their own version of Nuketown, and now people are like, "Oh, with like a 32 player like thing, everyone could like go to that solar system, and you could play PvP on like planets where people have made their own multiplayer maps."
Right.
So yes,
How do you?
how do you
How-
fight?
Yeah.
you have your gun has
Your gun can hurt
Like-
other people.
Yeah. You have your mining beam, that's your main thing, but then you have like a bolt caster, which is basically a machine gun. You have the pulse spitter, which is basically an SMG. You've got the blaze javelin, which is like a chargeable like rail gun, so it just like
Well,
shoots like a
You've
like a
got
sniper
those
laser.
if you've
shotgun.
grinded enough to get all of those things.
No, you can build those on your gun from like any planet. Like the
There's
materials
some
are like
grinding
pretty
involved.
common.
Because you have to find a gun that has enough fucking slots to hold all of those things.
Every gun has enough slots to hold those. I think
that's
it's
new.
more
They used
like
to- the guns
it's
used
more
to,
like an issue of like finding the blueprint that lets you build those attachments to your gun. But if you've
yeah,
like
that's
those
pretty
aren't,
grindy.
you can go to like a space station and just buy them from like a merchant and just install it.
You have to grind to earn the money to buy them.
You buy it with nanite clusters, which you get from just scanning like plants and animals and planets and stuff. So you can get it in like 5 minutes just by like scanning a bunch of rocks.
It's still grinding.
Or you can be uber rich like me. I duped the system. And I'm super rich, and I have the rarest
Yeah.
chip in the game.
How did you dupe the system?
I can't remember what the item is called, but there's like a bunch of them. Or there's not a bunch of them. They're super rare, but basically it wasn't a glitch, but it was like an exploit right
yeah,
after.
I know they fixed whatever it was.
Yeah, but I figured out how I can duplicate them, and I made like millions of credits. And now it's just, I made millions of credits, and then I turned around and I was like, so I duplicated a bunch of these things. I made millions of credits, and I was on the space station, and I turned around, and then the rarest exotic ship in the game flew in, and I was like, oh, I'll buy that.
It's not the rarest. It's just one of the exotics. There's like 50 exotic ships.
Super
You can-
rare.
You can find them all
So-
over. I actually finally got an exotic ship not too long ago. I'm excited to see what that feels like to fly around.
So did they call you Rosebud?
Yeah. I'm rich, baby. I'm rich, bitch. Tim, tell me what you've been playing this week.
I have been torturing myself once again with Dark Souls. I bought
Oh,
the remastered
really?
version on Switch, and I've been
Hey.
tearing through it.
Did you get the Drake sword in the very beginning?
Oh, of course.
That's
it's
the
been-
best.
it's made-
That's how you just carry yourself to whenever you want to buy your real weapon.
Yeah, pretty much. I just got to Anor Londo, so
You're pretty far in.
yeah. I mean, I've only been playing for like 3 days, but I've beaten it before, so like I remember how to do most of it.
I would always defeat Dragon Slayer, whatever his name is, and like Smog or whatever. What was his name? Like the big fat guy, and then like the Dragon Slayer, and you fight.
Yeah,
them
I know who you're
together.
talking about. I don't remember.
I always
his name.
loved getting that guy's like the Dragon Slayer spear and that guy's armor. That was my go-to run. Just always use that.
How much is that game? Is it 40 or is it 60?
It's 40 right now.
Oh, that's not right now. Is it regularly 60?
Well, it's on sale on like every other platform. That's why I say right now. I'm assuming it'll probably come and have a sale on Switch soon. It's just a matter of time.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I actually forgot about another game I've been playing. It's also on Switch. I would highly recommend, if I might interject.
Okay.
I bought Sundered Eldritch Edition
I've seen that. It looks
on
amazing.
Switch, and it's really, really good. It's a really, really fun Metroidvania game, and it's made by the people that made Jotun, and so it's all like hand drawn and like hand painted, and it's really good. It's a lot of fun. I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for kind of a side-scrolling Castlevania game, or Metroidvania type game.
You know what's coming out on Switch in that same vein is Guacamelee Double Pack.
Those
And
games are good.
I think I'm going to buy that.
No way.
If you haven't played either of those games before, it's definitely worth picking up. I don't think I'd ever play them again, though. I will say that.
Okay.
They were good for a single playthrough, but
Not
it wasn't
good
a whole
after
lot
that.
to go. Wasn't a whole lot to go back to after that for me.
All right. Well, so Tim, which is your favorite Dark Souls?
The third one, probably.
Dark Souls 3,
Mhm.
really?
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Interesting.
2 and 3 are definitely the best ones. The first
mean-
one I feel like has like a really good like world to it.
It
But-
does. It feels really seamless. The one thing I like about 3, though, is basically just the different type of weapons that they added. I liked going with a faster build with dual swords. It was just like, yep, I'm just gonna keep going.
Magic all the
Good.
way, baby.
See, I
Alright.
like magic, but it doesn't work for me in that game.
Nice. All right. And I
Miss Dark
personally,
Souls.
I've been playing Wolfenstein: The New Order, and it's like pretty good, but
It's boring.
it just hasn't. I don't know. It's just missing
You can
something.
just say it. It's boring.
No, it's not boring. It's cool, but it's just like it's missing something that's just it. I'm more than halfway through the game, and I'm just not like compelled to like. It hasn't turned into a page turner for me.
It doesn't grab you.
Yeah, it doesn't grab me.
that's-
That
It
doesn't.
doesn't grab you at all, and that's because it's kind of boring.
Okay, so Ben, have you played the Wolfenstein games?
I started playing the first one that you're talking about,
New Order.
and I have picked it up a couple times, and every time I play a little bit, and then I'm like, all right, I've had enough of this for a while. This is pretty boring.
Yeah, when did you play it?
I started probably a month ago initially, and then I played a little bit just the other day. So I've probably played 3 total times, and each time I've probably played for 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
And I just get bored.
Yeah, kinda. I hate
it's just
to say
repetitive.
It's like the shooting is cool, the characters are cool, I don't know.
I'm not gonna give it even that.
I don't know.
None of them are memorable to me.
Wolfenstein's just like you put the game on easy and you just run through feeling like a god. That's how I like to play it.
BJ is a really cool character. Fergus is a really cool character. Anya is really cool. Like the characters, I like the characters, and I like the story, but it just hasn't hooked me, and I don't know why. So it's a little bit of a frustrating situation for me right now.
It's repetitive. Very repetitive.
Yeah, and I guess, Ben, you're right. I guess
run here, destroy this. Run here, destroy this. Run here, destroy.
Like the
But
the
isn't that what
level
all
design.
Wolfenstein is? Just bloody mayhem.
The level
Isn't that
design
the problem
is
isn't that why shooters are kind of boring now? Unless
Yeah.
you're playing them online.
Like linear. It's like they're all very linear.
trying to think of a shooter that I've really enjoyed recently. Far Cry 5 was really good.
But Far Cry 5 is not. It's like an adventure shooter. It's not the same. I wouldn't say.
Yeah, it's not like a linear shooter the way Wolfenstein is.
Doom, Wolfenstein, and Doom, and
Doom is amazing.
No,
I mean, you
it's
want to
not.
play a really good
Boring as
first-person
fuck.
shooter story, play Titanfall 2's story.
Oh, I love Titanfall 2.
was very good. You guys told me that I would like it. I bought it for $4 or whatever the fuck, and I
Yeah.
thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, Titanfall 2 was an amazing shooter.
I would actually even think about playing it again on the Xbox One X now because it was a very fun playthrough. Absolutely.
Yeah. Titanfall 2 was a really amazing story, or a really amazing shooter. Doom.
Wait, did Andrew just admit to having played? Oh no, that game was on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the first one that was an Xbox exclusive.
Almost.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I don't know. I'm going to finish it for sure, but we'll see. We'll see how long it takes me.
A lot of 45-minute chunks.
Yeah. But anyways, now it's time for the news at now.
News now.
It's right now. And that's when the news happens.
All right. So Apex Legends, like we mentioned earlier, it's gotten a single player mode. Respawn
today.
announced what?
Launched today.
It launched today. Respawn announced actually earlier today that for a limited time, singles will be added to Apex Legends. They made some changes to the map, which looks pretty interesting. It looks
Wait, like again after the season 2 changes, or
so I've only played season 2 for about 3 hours, so I haven't seen all of the changes to the map, but there's like a fun park type area where you can like slide down giant slides and like jump through rings of fire.
that's new.
Yeah.
Huh.
And what is that in?
It's in
Oh, 'cause
Apex
it's-
Legends.
It's some summer event right now, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe it could be.
I think that's
Summer
part
events
of what the
So
the
fucking stupid
the
sometimes.
solos. I think that's what the solos is initially going to be part of, but I could certainly see them, if the solos are popular, keeping it.
Yeah, keeping the stuff on the map or keeping solos.
Keeping solos.
I think so. That's kind of my big takeaway is like, because Tim, I think you've played the most Fortnite out of all of us.
Yeah, probably. I'm not happy about that fact either.
And Fortnite is singles, to my knowledge.
Yeah, you have solos, you have doubles, you've got squads of 3 or 4, and then they have a bunch of different like specialty modes, like you'd see like snipers only or rocket launchers only, stuff like that. But yeah, it was always more fun playing in a squad though. So
yeah. So do you think that singles, with the popularity of singles in Fortnite, do you think singles might stick around in Apex?
I mean, if they pull it off well, yeah. I mean, I could definitely see it, so long as it like garners like the attention of the fans. Like, so long as people are playing it, they'll probably keep it around.
People have been asking for singles and doubles for a while.
If only like 200 people are playing a day, it's not worth it.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely a low number, but yeah, you know what I mean.
I'm kind of excited about it because like I kind of hate playing with randoms at this point.
Yeah.
And so it's like one of those things where it's like you get on, and now right now, or up until now, I haven't gotten to play any of the singles yet, but you just had to play with randoms, and it's like, well, fuck. Randoms can be incredibly frustrating sometimes. So I was talking about it with one of my friends at work today, and we were both saying that it's kind of cool that now you'll be able to get on and just play by yourself, so you won't have to deal with like your squad mates being stupid or anything.
Yeah,
like
it's always
that.
more fun to play by yourself.
Just jam alone.
Play with yourself.
Exactly.
Nah, it's always more fun.
But it was funny because we were talking about it, and we were like, well, some people's like secondary abilities and stuff like that are very like team oriented. So it seems like some people like will like not necessarily be as useful to play with, and so we were wondering if they're gonna like change any of the hero like loadouts or anything like that, or I'm not sure.
You don't want to like change the heroes because you still have squads.
But like that, like Lifeline, the fact that she can get people up faster and has a shield while she does it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything for you in singles.
But she still gets the healing drone and the care package drop, which that's pretty fucking good.
Maybe they would just make very slight tweaks to rebalance the heroes and only apply it if you're playing in singles.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, not tweak any of the actual abilities, but just make slight tweaks to like how fast they take damage or how fast they heal, how fast they run, that sort of thing. But that would make it so that you could be bomb with a certain hero or with a certain legend in singles, and then go and play them in squads and make for a really frustrating experience. I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see how they move forward with it, because they don't have like the advantage of the blank slate that Fortnite has.
Mm-hmm. Well, because they came out with a game that was based on triples.
Yeah.
But I do think duos would be an interesting thing that would potentially be more popular.
Yeah, and I feel like at this point, duos is inevitable.
Yeah. At least a trial period of duos.
Exactly.
Maybe at Christmas or something.
Yeah. I hope they add snow to the map at Christmas the way Grand Theft Auto does.
Yeah. We need to play Grand Theft Auto at Christmas time this year so that we get to play in the snow.
Yeah. That was a good time.
You guys should be playing it right now, because the casino update just came out, and you get a bunch of free shit. Oh, yeah.
You played it?
Really? Oh, I've played it. It's pretty fun.
I've been wanting to. I actually talked to Pat about it the other day, and he told me I was stupid and I have terrible ideas.
I didn't say that at all. I said, yeah, I want to play that too.
Oh, well, maybe we should play that Thursday.
I would actually be down for that.
I'd finally have my Deluxos too, so that'll be
great. Maybe Andrew would even want to play.
Andrew, you want to get in on Thursday night game night?
I do need to do that again. I was actually telling Zach recently I miss playing games with everybody because, life.
You know who I invited
sucks.
To Thursday night game night?
I need to get back on there with everybody and have some fun because I could really use that personally.
Thursday night game night.
Hell yeah.
I invited Gabe. He said he can't come.
Well, Gabe sucks a dick.
Well, I mean, this Thursday. I could jump on this Thursday. What's everyone playing this Thursday?
Grand Theft Auto, it sounds like.
GTA. Yeah.
Good thing I have it already downloaded.
I'm going to text the group right now.
I uninstalled Grand Theft Auto 5 one time, and Ben just shamed me so hard for it that I just reinstalled it, and I've never uninstalled it again.
Yeah, like why?
I mean, it's definitely
why
the
would you
game
ever
worth like always
stop
keeping
it?
on.
And we come back to it so often that uninstalling
Exactly.
it is just
That's what I'm saying.
really bad
why would
decision.
you ever uninstall it?
Yeah. All right. So, at E3, I don't know if you guys remember this, but at E3 2018, EA announced a new skateboarding game, and to everyone's dismay, it wasn't Skate 4.
damn it.
It was a new.
damn
What it was a new IP called Session. Now, do you guys remember this trailer?
No.
I remember
Not at
seeing
all.
it, and like everyone, like the crowd, audibly like was holding their breath. It was like when they saw the skateboards, but then it was Session. It was not Skate 4, and people were very mad. But we really haven't heard much about this game since its
It was
initial
really
reveal.
funny because the people who were like even like commentating were like, "Oh, this must be Skate 4," and then
it wasn't.
yeah, it was really hilarious. Like I remember watching that, and I was like, "That's really funny that they thought that it was gonna be Skate 4 even too." Like,
Yeah, and you saw
I
like
never really got into the skate games.
I didn't either,
they're
but they were really
fun.
popular.
they're very
Skate 3
fun.
was fantastic.
They're all
I really liked Steep.
honestly.
I actually like Steep too.
Steep
Yes,
was fun.
Steep was cool.
Steep was good when it ran above 15 FPS.
And it always seemed to run pretty smooth on the PlayStation.
I got it for PC, and
Oh.
it just chugs along. And my PC's pretty beefy, like, and I'd still have issues with it. So
Yeah. So like there are a lot of videos of streamers being like, "Oh, it's Skate 4, and then it wasn't, and it's pretty funny. But we like today just randomly they dropped a trailer for Session, and I think it's the first thing we've heard of this game since its reveal. And they made an announcement for an early access release date on Steam. The early access is coming on September 17th and supposedly coming later in October on Xbox. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I played a fuckload of skateboarding games when I was a kid.
yeah, it's because skateboarding was cool back in the 90s. It's kind of
It's
died off
still
if you
cool.
haven't noticed.
I think
Yeah.
it's so cool.
Skateboarding is still cool as
My
fuck.
friends still skateboard. They're cool.
It's not as mainstream as it was at that point, is what I'm trying to say.
Touche.
Yeah, that's true. There's no arguing with that. But skateboarding games were the fucking shit back then, and I'm super pumped at the idea of playing another skateboarding game.
I'm watching the trailer right now.
It looks interesting, and the thing that I
graphics
actually
look not very good.
no, and
Uh-oh.
the thing
Like,
that I
the
actually
graphics look
liked.
really like bad. Like, and the like guy like seems like he's like floating unnaturally through the air.
Yes. Well, okay, so that's something. It looks very unrealistic, and that's something that I actually kind of liked about it, because one of the reasons that I didn't get into Skate, because I was really into the Tony Hawk games, I didn't get into Skate because it wasn't like, it was almost too realistic, whereas Tony Hawk was just absurd. Like you're doing a McTwist over a helicopter from one rooftop to another.
You could do that at points in Skate.
Yep,
But
you
it-
can jump over
it-
a shark too.
But that's the thing that just made it really cool, is that they like made you actually like be like, okay, this is the physics that is required, like when Danny Way jumped over the fucking Great Wall of China.
But Session looks like almost a mixture of like an in between.
Booze Tech, courtesy of Rum Committee. The song is called "Fuck Up the Party."
Rum Committee.
But it looks like it's like somewhere in between Tony Hawk and Skate, and so I'll give it a try. I'll see how it is.
Tim, what was that controller?
Pro controller.
Oh, the Splatoon one.
So
Yep.
pro.
You saw the green handle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking, did he buy an Elite controller and wear the grip off, and now he had to buy the scuff?
My first thought was, did he buy like a fucking third party fucking PlayStation
Cats?
controller? I was like, that's weird.
A Mad Catz controller.
Mad Cats sucks.
It's Afterglow without the glow. Come on, guys.
It's just after.
Yep.
Oh man, but no. So, are you guys at all interested in a skateboarding game, like just to kind of feel the room here?
I mean,
don't
if I
know.
can get a free
Kinda
trial
wanna
to
get
try it
skate.
first, sure.
Yeah,
I
like
wanna go
that's how I
play
felt with Steep. Like Steep, I got like the demo of and thought, oh, this is pretty fun. And then
Yeah, I remember
she
I
gave it
got,
away
like,
for free, and I was like, okay, I could get into this.
Yep.
Yeah,
Steep, and then I missed the fucking giving it away free, and I'm pissed about that because I would absolutely fucking play that game randomly because that's like that. It was a great game to just be stoned and play,
and just cruise down the mountain.
Yeah, I used
Yeah,
to play that
just
all the
fun.
time. My old roommate, we would just
and
like
so I
controller.
like eventually sometime if it's like on sale cheap enough, I might just buy it because
It goes on sale a lot.
Yeah, I
they,
know.
I remember it being half off one time. I wouldn't be surprised if they were like
I want
75%
more than
off.
half off. I want to buy that for like $4.
Yeah,
you want
I'm
another Titanfall 2 scenario?
Yeah.
I honestly though, like with Steep, not unrealistic. I think I've seen it for around like 8.
That's not 4.
Okay, that's not 4. You're right.
That's double 4.
Now,
Not okay.
I
now
don't wanna
Ben's
pay
never going to
double
play Steep because he's drawn such a hard line in the sand for $4 or nothing.
Maybe because it was only free on PlayStation, so maybe it'll go free on Xbox. Yeah.
Actually, I think it's on Game Pass.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Maybe.
If it's on Game Pass, fuck it. Might as well give it a shot.
Oh God, I really want to check now. Oh, I guess I can on my phone.
Yeah. So no, I'll probably check out Session. I was really disappointed with
Oh
Tony.
yeah, no, I definitely will. I mean,
Yeah. I was really
Just
disappointed
because
with
of my
Pro Skater
love
5.
for- yeah, Pro Skater 5 was terrible. I really want to play Skate right now.
Skate 3 is backwards compatible.
Oh, only 3?
Yeah.
Oh man, I wonder how much that costs.
Probably like $4.
4 is your magic number.
That's probably worth it, honestly.
Yeah, I'm sure you
To
can
play
get it
that
pretty cheap
whole
at
story
GameStop.
again too.
Yep.
Well, didn't they peak with Skate 2 is what I've heard?
Yeah, well, and I think 3 is the one where you do actually literally jump the shark.
You do. Literally, there is a shark.
2
And you-
is probably like really actually the peak.
Oh
But-
shit. Skate 3 has held its value pretty well.
But is 2 backwards compatible at all?
I don't think it is.
And it's never going to because they're done.
They're done with backwards compatibility on the Xbox One. They never said anything about like maybe they'll focus on making games run on the Xbox Scarlet.
I guess I could just plug in my Xbox 360. It is in my living room and just play some Skate 2.
There you go. Do you own
Might as
Skate
well.
2?
Don't think so. But
Well, Skate 2 and Skate 3 are both $14 at Bull Moose. So
Oh wow!
But I wonder what is the Xbox 360 digital store still around?
if it's backwards compatible, you'll be able to buy it on Xbox One.
Well, yeah, but can I
Oh.
get on my Xbox 360, plug it into online, buy the game, and download it onto my 360?
Probably.
Maybe.
Probably.
I haven't used the Xbox 360 in that capacity in years, so I have
even
no
a
fucking
chat
idea.
pad. Right.
I had the chat pad too.
I still have mine.
We both bought chat pads because of you got one of the fucking either Melissa or Shayna to fucking buy you the chat pad. I can't remember which one. I think it was Shayna.
I got Shayna to buy.
Remember?
it for me.
Yeah. And that was like around the time when we got Melissa to show us her boobies just randomly.
Nice. Oh man. Yeah. No. Skate was.
I guess I shouldn't even say we got her to because she just did randomly.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
here are my tits.
Those were
Yeah, it
pretty
was
good.
literally like that.
And they were pretty good tits. They were pretty good titties.
It was not bad.
Like, not gonna lie. It's a pretty cool day of my life.
At that point in my life, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is great.
Come on, guys, you're old now. That's very pedophilic. Let's be real.
Well, she's old now too.
But she wasn't then.
Yeah, but I mean, neither was I.
Fair.
Wait, is it pedophilic? I don't know. Like
I'm just stirring the pot.
So yeah, no, so I'll check it out. But moving on, a new Microsoft patent hints at an upcoming Xbox Joy-Con.
That's so sick.
Microsoft has filed a patent for a Joy-Con-like controller that attaches to the side of your smartphone, a lot like the Joy-Con attaches to the Switch.
Sue them.
But
Sue
it
'em
would-
immediately.
It wouldn't be a Joy-Con like in the same sense because the Joy-Con is also like a Switch Wiimote almost.
Right.
But it's like
It would
'cause
be
this-
just adding
you're-
physical controls to a phone.
Yeah, and it's Microsoft has or the patent says something about it aiming to eliminate the issues that people have with playing with their phone, like using their screen as controls and shit like that.
Well, so obviously this is aimed at Project xCloud, right?
Yeah, I think
Because-
so.
xCloud is launching on Xbox One this fall, I think. And you'll be able to use your Xbox One like remote play the same way Sony has remote play on the PS4.
And so, in theory, they would have to have 2 versions, or would they have to have 3 full versions?
Why?
Well, an iPhone version, and then like, because to Android, would you be able to use an Android one on a Windows phone too, or would you all have to have
Windows Phone is dead.
Oh, it's dead.
Dead.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. But I think so. You bring up a good point, and I think that they could have one version. And what I'm wondering is about how it's going to connect. So are
Probably
they
just going to be Bluetooth?
But here's why I think maybe not is because the Google Stadia controller isn't Bluetooth. It connects directly to Wi-Fi. And so the Google Stadia controller connects directly to the internet to reduce latency.
That's what I was going to say. Is I feel like Bluetooth, the latency, could be a definite issue for
Because-
online gaming.
Bluetooth going from the controller to the device, and then from the device to the cloud gaming, or to the cloud, and then back that creates a lot of latency, and so that's why the Stadia controller connects directly to the cloud. And so maybe these Joy-Con could do that. But Tim, I think you're probably right, but I'm kind of dreaming here. But like,
Yeah. Well, we won't know until they actually release it, but
if it gets released at all, because we see patents all the time that never happen.
true.
I mean, how many times have we seen a patent of Sony adding joysticks to the fucking Move controllers and that shit still hasn't fucking happened?
Yeah, it's something that actually needs to fucking happen.
I know.
It's goddamn. They need to just reinvent the Move controller because it's been since PS3. Come on. You're almost to the PS5 now. Get
Like
your shit
mid
together.
PS3.
Yep.
Don't you think they probably will for the PS5?
I
I
hope.
hope so. If they want the PSVR to stay relevant, they're going to have to.
Well, I mean, I think the fact that they said that it's. I mean, now we're really off in the weeds, but I think that the fact that they said that the PSVR is going to remain working for
Compatible.
the PS5, yeah, I think that that's like obviously they're gonna. If they don't update the controllers, they're idiots.
I agree, but I thought the same thing when the PSVR came out.
My biggest hope for PS Move is that they remove the big stupid light balls on the ends of them.
Those I don't
I just
mind.
think it looks
aren't-
really fucking stupid.
But
They
aren't
do
those
look dumb.
also? Aren't they also a big part of like how it captures your movement?
Yeah, that's how it
100%.
tracks your hands.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
how it follows you. And so
Come
I don't
on,
mind
Andy.
them.
Get with the fucking program.
I don't know.
Stick those
Like
things
the
up your
Vive
ass
has
when
such
you're not using
aesthetically
them.
pleasing controllers. I like the Vive. Like,
Yeah, but that's not. It's using not the same.
Not the same
I
tech.
know.
And it's
But
actually a much
PlayStation
more
can figure it
complicated.
out, hopefully.
It's
You
a
know,
much
give
more
them time.
complicated and
And
much more
Vive also
expensive tech.
uses. Yeah, it uses like two cameras versus.
Uh,
PS
Vive can use up to
camera.
4.
Yeah.
You can have up to 4 lighthouses tracking you at the same time.
I mean, if we're talking about VR, then Valve's new VR headset is actually pretty fantastic from what I've seen. Plus, their new
Valve's-
Move controllers for it. So.
Which one? The Vive Pro? Or are you thinking
No.
about the Oculus Quest?
No. It's specifically Valve, not Vive.
Well, Valve and HTC, because Vive is Valve. And Valve and HTC made the Vive together. The one that's out now that's like really
it's
hot.
called the Valve Index.
The Valve Index?
Yes.
Let's take a look.
Brand new control.
Join the
Like,
index. Become
this
part
thing-
of the codex.
looks fantastic. A little bit pricey. But
Oh, you're right. Hey, Linus did a video on this the other day and I didn't watch it.
What are you,
Ah.
an idiot?
Gonna
Take a
go
look.
watch it after this.
Anyways, to get back on track,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
To get back on track to the Microsoft's Joy-Con. I think that this could be really cool, and it like from the article Ben sent us, as far as like the patent drawings and everything, I think that the main thing that like needs to happen for me for a portable console is a very low profile joystick, and it looks like that's what they're doing. I wish that the Switch Lite had slider sticks or had circle pads instead of joysticks.
The joysticks, though, give you a little bit more like
Tactile, feedback.
immediate control. Like it makes you feel like you have like a little bit easier control of it. But I don't know. I haven't used the circle pads that much.
So I really like the circle pad because it's so thin, like it's so low profile, and once you get small enough on a joystick, I feel like a circle pad feels more accurate.
But you can't click it.
You can't click it. That's a big problem. But I feel like they could probably overcome that. They could probably make a clickable circle pad.
probably.
But you'd have to change your thumb placement almost, I think.
Maybe. I don't know. So I think that I'm very much in the minority, but it looks like from the patent drawings that the joysticks are very low profile, which I really like. I'm into that. So we'll see.
Andrew,
We'll see
how many
it turns
cats
out.
do you have?
Oh, we have 3. This is Kiki.
Oh wow, that was very
On command.
not photogenic because it's audio, but yeah.
He
Audiogenic?
perfectly meows just so that he can be on the podcast.
There you go.
No,
He's a
sitting behind you.
cutie, but he's
No,
kind
wait,
of
that's a different one that's sitting behind you.
Oh, that's Diz. That's my cat. Diz is what you'd call an unaffectionate pussy.
Oh, I just saw one of them run by the other one.
The moment you try to pet, she just gets up and walks away. Like most women.
Okay. So that takes us to the
Just
topic of the
kidding.
show.
Topic of the show. Topic of the show.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a topic, whatever.
All right. So the topic of the show this week: video games are disappearing. And
One of
that's
them out of Walmart.
out of Walmart.
Oh, because of our circus peanut lord and savior.
This is so fucking stupid.
No, that's not
Correct-
actually what we were
correct,
talking about. Ben's just
Stirring the pot.
stirring the pot. No, so topic of the show this week: video games are disappearing. DuckTales Remastered has been delisted from all digital storefronts.
Oh,
I broke this story.
Yeah, Ben sent us this article, and so Capcom was the publisher, and they haven't made any comment as to why it was delisted.
because
But-
it's a violent video game.
Yeah,
No, everyone speculates that it's Disney.
which is probably what it is. It's got to be a licensing thing, right?
Yeah,
But-
that makes most sense.
But the game had a fire sale at the end, and on every the cats are fighting.
No, they're playing.
No, they're
There's
fighting.
a difference.
Right.
Cat fight. No,
They were
they're
fighting. You'd hear it.
prior to the game being delisted, on every platform except PlayStation, it was on sale for $3.74.
Fuck, I wish I bought it because I love that game.
I bought it,
I know you did. Because you know I love that game.
and I wanted to be able to say,
I was the one who told you that.
no,
it
I
was a
actually
good
bought it before that. I bought it a
No,
while
I've
ago.
told you that it was a good game because I played that game as a kid.
Oh, yeah. And I had never
told
played
you
it.
that it was a good game a long time ago.
I had never played it until a couple weeks ago. Oh, here we go. Tim's got it.
DuckTales.
Oh, I actually only had the Game Boy version, so I don't imagine it was that much different, but
I had never played it until a couple weeks ago, and it's not very good.
I
Moon
mean-
Theme, one of the best video game tracks of all time. Just saying.
for a game from when it came out, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
But it's a game that did not need to be remastered, which is like, why did Capcom literally did that purely out of nostalgia. And so it's understandable that it's going to disappear because it was one of those things that it's like, yeah, why did we really remaster this? This was probably not as profitable as we thought it was going to be.
Well, so I actually won't be surprised if it comes back, because that's happened to quite a few games. I won't be surprised if it comes back, because look at Disney Afternoon Collection.
What's that?
So the Disney Afternoon Collection is a game that was released, I think it was like late 2017. Disney Afternoon Collection. It was released it was early 2017, April 2017. And
Oh, Tim's got a cat too.
I do.
what is with the cats?
We just like to surround ourselves with pussy.
Hell yeah.
But
Hell
Waka
yeah.
waka.
Disney Afternoon Collection is remastered versions of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck, DuckTales, and Tailspin.
So is DuckTales still available in that?
I actually don't know if it's DuckTales Remastered or just DuckTales. Let's see. Oh, and it has DuckTales 2 as well.
Living in Duckburg.
DuckTales.
I wonder which version of DuckTales it is. Oh, it looks like it's the DuckTales. It looks like it's the old version.
Yep.
So I wouldn't be surprised if there's like an enhanced version of the Disney Afternoon Collection with DuckTales Remastered included that's re-released. Well, all right.
That sounded off.
But like I said, this isn't the first time this has happened because Deadpool has actually been. Remember that Deadpool game with Nolan North as Deadpool?
Nope.
Great game. Fucking amazing game.
Andrew, did you ever play that game?
No. No, I never got a chance to.
It was okay, but it was
As a wee boy.
no, it actually came out in late last gen, and then it was remastered early this gen, and re-released.
Never part of it.
Never part of it.
Yeah,
What do you do in it?
it's
It's
I
a
mean
hack
it's
and
a hack
slash.
and slash of Deadpool.
Yep.
But-
Trying to stop.
Was it post the first movie or pre?
It has nothing to do with the movies.
I'm just.
It's just
curious.
Deadpool.
I think
But-
it was
But
before
was
the
it?
first
It's
movie.
It came out before the first movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought the first movie was maybe even this gen.
Yeah, I think it was. But that game has come and gone several times. And so
Kind of like Wolverine.
no? Are you saying Wolverine comes a lot?
No, he comes and he's gone, and then he's back, and then he's gone.
Like like at
Comes
the end of
around
X-Men
mountain
1.
when he comes.
I remember. When he goes to Alkali Lake.
Well, and yeah, and then you think the character's dead, and then Logan happens, and then he's gone.
Okay.
He's probably not coming back
All right. Ben.
unless they bring him back into the MCU. But I don't think that they will.
No.
It'll be a whole new Wolverine. I doubt that they'll still.
They'll call
Yeah,
him
no.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
Wolverine.
But so this has happened to a bunch of other games. So Deadpool and trying to think of what other ones.
Disney again.
One of the more infamous ones was Alan Wake. Alan Wake ran into some copyright or some licensing issues with a song, and they had to pull
Andrew,
it off.
I think your cat died.
Mine?
Yes.
He's
Yeah,
right
there
there.
No, the
Yeah.
one in the
Yeah,
background.
Oh, nope. Dizzy's just splooting out.
Dead.
She's going full, I call it her, like, whatever that painting is, like the creation of Adam. She lies in that position with one of her paws out, and I like to lie on the floor and do the little, like, finger to the paw.
Just touch
Her
her paw.
tail is twitching just ever so slightly.
The creation
yeah.
of fluff. Yep, she's over there just being cute for all of you non people that are ever going to be able to see that.
For all you listeners out there.
But just know, listeners, that Dizzy loves you.
Yeah.
Dizzy is
She's
here.
laying there seductively.
Yeah, she's laying there with her belly outstretched, just waiting for pets.
Okay, so getting off of Andrew's cats and getting back to it. This is I think one of the biggest arguments for buying physical games is because DuckTales Remastered is gone and we don't know if it's going to come back or not. And there are discs out there. And
Or is it an argument for really big external hard drives?
yeah, no, it could be an argument for a really big external hard drive. I think no matter what, it's an argument against. No. It's an argument for the preservation of video games.
Preservation of video games.
Because video games are still relatively a super new medium. And this is a problem that isn't faced by like any other medium.
Video.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like
Video can be destroyed.
yeah, it can be destroyed, but I guess video to an extent because it has to adapt to new technology. So, for example, from VHS to DVD, but nowhere near as often does it have to adapt as video games.
I'm not thinking of. We're talking about art here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like someone could be making some shit and their shit could get deleted, and as art, that's like, oh, I lost my video there.
I mean, a lot could be said.
There
for
goes
digital
my
video
art.
these days, but like,
There goes my art. Oh no, my art.
What's that, Tim?
I mean, that can be said for like digital videos and stuff these days. But like back when they still used reels of film, like they had a bunch of negatives that they could continually just remake from.
Yeah.
And all that stuff was like archived and kept.
Yeah. There
They
isn't
didn't necessarily have multiple copies of negatives, and there's also the problem that film is one of the most flammable things.
that's true.
As
That's
Inglorious
true.
Bastards showed us.
But like, that's true. But accidents will always happen. But this wasn't an accident. This was just something that. It's
yeah,
just
but
gone.
it can be easily undone. It's not gone. The digital file. It's not like it's destroyed. The digital files of it are still. Capcom still has them, and if they want to bring it back, like you just said, we'll probably see it back.
We'll probably see this one back.
Yeah,
But-
exactly. That's
but
what
there
I'm
are
saying.
some-
So it's not really gone.
But there are some that are. There are some that it's like that. Like PT. PT is a perfect example. That's not
Okay,
coming
but
back.
someone still has it.
Yeah,
I
but
wish I did.
It
I
could
wish I did
come
too.
back. It could come back.
What about Flappy
Someone.
Bird?
I mean, it's just like that fucking. There was some patch to some game that recently came out. That was like a pre-GTA free roam game that only launched in Japan.
It was
But
just
then
called GTA.
There was like a patch that came out for the Japanese version that allowed you to play it in English, and it was because some guy who had been working really hard on making a patch had let some of his code get out or something like that, and then some other guy took his code and then basically rushed through a patch that allowed people to play it with English subtitles or something like that. And then he got sued or something like that and had to take the fucking file down. And but the fucking file still exists and it could still come back out. That's what I'm saying is you could probably still get a torrent of it. If you really want to. And
So-
it's not like it's really gone. It's not like it doesn't fucking exist.
it's. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but for all intents and purposes, Andrew and I are
It
buying.
means jack shit that you bought it.
Yeah, Andrew and I are buying Control later this month, and we're going to buy that digital. And
When does that
someday,
come out, by the way?
I think the 27th. And so someday, when it's no longer profitable for Remedy to be serving that, they're just going to stop. And if we delete it, and I'm not saying that we will want to, because it'll be so old at that point that we might not, that we probably won't want to. But even if we did want to, we won't have the option to go back and re-download.
But if that's a concern, then just get fucking
Physical games.
hundreds of terabytes
Hundreds of terabytes.
external hard drives
And just store it
install
yourself.
fucking all the games that you buy, and just write on each one this has these.
Have a
fucking-
big old piece of tape on each one and just list what games is on that hard
yeah,
drive.
exactly, and then just keep them in a box and fucking bam, your fucking titty. And you could even back them up onto multiple.
That's so okay. That's something I hadn't thought about. That's a way that I'm sure people will preserve games moving forward. Is they'll download them onto hard drives and they'll back them up onto servers, and they'll serve them themselves.
Like, in a way, I think that's like a perfect solution to it. I'm personally one of those types of people where, like, I used to buy physical a lot, and I used to have kind of a library so you could always go back, but I do sort of always look forward when it comes to the gaming industry. And so a lot of those older games, sometimes, like, I'll look back and I might see a download for it or something, and I'll just think, that was a great old game. Like, I
had a good time with that back then.
Yeah, back then. Now there's this game that's like a new version of that.
Right, and you're not going to play the old one.
You just got to keep moving forward.
Like, yeah, like, I went through a period of nostalgia, like, probably, like, what was that? Like, probably, like, 5 years ago that I played GTA, San Andreas again, and most of KOTOR again.
Oh, yeah. No, that was like 6 or 7 years ago, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that was when Julia and I were living together and we were still in college for sure.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, now it's like really, like, I wanted to go back and play Banjo-Kazooie again, and I downloaded it onto my Xbox, and I've, like, started it up multiple times and even, like, played a little bit, and every time I'm just like, yeah.
Some games... Sometimes it's hard, but some people really, like, not everyone is that way. Some people really do.
Tim is definitely not, Tim.
Yeah.
Nope. I definitely am not.
And I mean, to an extent, I'm not either. I've played, in the last couple months, I've played Luigi's Mansion. I've played Mario Sunshine. I've played Gears 1, 2, and 3. Like,
oh god, and the first couple are really hard because the fucking camera.
Gears?
Yeah.
The camera's a bit rough.
Yeah. And I mean, I've played Red Dead
Fixed
Redemption.
camera is, God, that's just one of those things where you're just like, when you go back and you play a game that's fixed camera, you're just like, oh, I'm so frustrated that this used to be a thing. Why was this a fucking thing?
That's true. So I don't play games that are as old as Tim, but I do play older games than I think you or Andrew do. And so that is something that I, like, maybe it's a bit alarmist, but it is something that I am genuinely concerned about like the preservation of video games.
Yeah, but we could all go to Tim's house and play Smash Bros. Right now.
On a CRT TV, I bet.
And
I don't have a CRT anymore, but... It's fucking huge.
Yeah.
What do you expect me to put it in this tiny room?
That's true.
And it would be glorious because that's the best Smash that there is still.
Disagree.
That's debatable.
False.
Yeah, no.
OG 64 Smash.
Well, that's
Smash.
what Ben is saying.
That's literally what I just said, Andrew.
Oh, never mind. I just assumed people are always talking about Melee, and I'm
No,
like,
but Melee is still pretty good too. But
Ultimate is the best one.
Yeah, Ultimate's really where it's at.
That's our current edition.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it is really good, but there's something about it playing it with a 64 controller.
I mean,
yeah.
It goes Ultimate, Melee, Wii
If you
U.
don't say 64 now, I'm going to kick you in the balls.
Ultimate, Melee, Wii U, 3DS, 64, Brawl.
You are so dumb.
I would say Ultimate 64, and then just throw the rest in there.
Tim?
Probably Ultimate Melee 64, Wii U, and then Brawl.
Thank you, Tim.
What about 3DS?
3DS and Wii U's the same damn thing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Different games, different stages.
Whoop-de-doo, you get 3 different stages for each thing. Oh my god.
Ben's doing the jerk-off motion.
Oh my god.
At its core, it's the same goddamn game.
Okay. So Well, that's I think it's interesting. I think it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out moving forward. But it's time for the weekly trivia challenge.
Trivia. Love trivia.
I just like that made Ben laugh so much.
I like it.
All right, this week's weekly trivia challenge. Which famous wrestler had a cameo appearance in Saints Row 4? Was it A, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, B, Dave "The Animal" Batista, C, Rowdy Roddy Piper, or D, the Boogeyman?
I'm just gonna say B, Batista. Final answer. I have no idea. All right, Andrew gets a point because nobody else answered.
Yeah. I mean, I'm about to give Andrew a point because no one else
I'm
answers.
going Rowdy Roddy.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Tim?
Whatever answer C was, I don't fucking know the answer. So
Rowdy Roddy Piper?
sure.
Well, Andrew, I'm sorry to say you don't get a point. Ben stepping up to 10 points. Tim stepping up to 7.
I was like, I feel like it would have been more of a big thing if Rock or Batista had been in it.
Probably.
And no
And
one knows
so-
who the Boogeyman is.
My other answer would
Yeah,
have been
exactly.
Boogeyman, so it would've been
The
wrong
Boogeyman.
either way.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I know who the Boogeyman is. Tim probably knows who the Boogeyman is. Pat knows who the Boogeyman
For
is.
sure.
It would probably make the most sense that it would be Rowdy Roddy.
It was Rowdy Roddy Piper. So that's all we've got for you guys tonight. If you liked what you heard, make sure to subscribe on whatever platform you found us on, and check out everything we do all in one spot, including our other movies podcast, No Refunds, the podcast that watches bad movies so you don't have to. You can see everything coming back soon. You can see all of that all in one spot over at coldnorthpro.com. We'll be back next week talking about whatever it is that happens in the next 7 days. So until then, reset.
Porn.
Reset. Man, I gotta tell you, drinking a couple beers before a podcast, really rough. I gotta pee like a motherfucker.
Good shit.
And on that note, I will bid you fellas adieu because I'm gonna go urinate
All right.
hard.
Great.
All right, peace, y'all.